Stream, where are you? Shouldn't be too far away. That one. That one. Looks like it's still uploading to the channel. Hopefully it won't take it too long. I believe it's live right now. So the stream's up, chat's up. And the audio is working as it should. Thanks a lot, Twitch ad, for interrupting the stream. My goodness. Rightio, everything I think is working as it should. So we're all good to go. So, hello and welcome everyone to round 15 of the AM1 Championship here on Contest of Speed. I'm Lane Everingham, your commentator for this event. We're back, and this time we're at Shanghai International Circuit for the Chinese Grand Prix. Opened in 2004 and designed by track-making supremo Hermann Tilke, the 3.39 mile, 16-turn circuit is probably one of the most mediocre racetracks on the F1 schedule. There is nothing that is incredibly remarkable about this place, except for maybe the ginormous grandstand on the pit straight. The opening sector, the snail section here, is tight and tedious. I don't know of anybody who enjoys going through the first four corners on this circuit, and it doesn't offer much in terms of racing, but it does offer a fair bit in terms of opening lap drama. The drivers have a potential overtaking spot at the hairpin of turn 6 that Mitch Burns just went through. And they're also on the edge of grip through the sweepers of turn 7 and 8, which can be also a scene of drama. Another potential overtaking spot is the sharp left-hand corner of turn 11. Drivers will also be struggling to find grip coming out of the long sweeper of turn 13. I myself recently found a fair bit of trouble coming through this right-hander in several league races here in Australia. But the best overtaking opportunity is with the help of DRS down the kilometre-long straightaway heading down towards the hairpin of turn 14, where we're likely to see drivers send it down the inside into the slowest corner of the track. But as a whole, there's really not much to shout about with Shanghai. So with the circuit's mediocrity in mind, don't be surprised if we have a boring race, but for now, be hopeful that we do get an entertaining race, because with F1 2021, drama is always just around the corner. But before we focus on qualifying and on the race, let's talk about a little bit of news from throughout the week. So there was 2 incident reports from Brazil, one of which involving Arba and Cameron that we caught on stream. Those two had a coming together at turn 14, and the result of that was Arba was given a 10-second time penalty for a driver error, but he didn't end up finishing the race, so that was turned into a 2 penalty point penalty for that incident. Another one involved Vermu, a penalty removal. He had 13 seconds worth of penalties. He's managed to shave off 7 of those seconds, so he shortened it down to only 6. Looking in the Drivers' Championship, Assassin out in front, leading the way on 278 points, then Barmer 22 on 190. It's 88 points between the top 2. Now we've just crossed over the halfway mark, so there's still plenty of racing to take place. But the 2-horse race for the Drivers' Championship is starting to turn into a 1-horse show for Assassin. He's got a massive lead, so he's going to be very, very tough to catch. There's a battle on for 3rd place in the Drivers with Andy Wu, Arba and Cameron only separated by 3 points. Andy on 123, Arba on 122 and Cameron on 120. Rounding out the top 10, we've got KD, Aaron Carey, P-Dog Payton, Kitten Petter, and then Fred Head in the other Aston Martin, who was not here for tonight. Looking in the constructors' standings, Aston Martin are leading on 329 points, followed by Mercedes on 310. McLaren are third on 175, then Alpha Tauri on 147. Rounding out the top 5 is Alfa Romeo on 112. Haas are in 6th place, followed by Ferrari, Williams, Alpine, and then Red Bull at the bottom of the table. And one final bit of news as Peyton demonstrates the lack of grip you have at turn 13. This is precisely what I did in a league race. You have to be very, very careful coming out of this right-hand sweeper. Very easy to lose control. There's very little grip. One fairly big bit of news for all of us in the F1 2021 community is that version 1.13 was released and Jeddah has been added into the game. Quite an interesting racetrack to drive around. I'm sure many of the people watching have played the game and raced on Jeddah, or at least driven on Jeddah. Very interesting circuit, to say the least. They also did some things in the background, fixing some of the other gremlins in the game, and also one other adjustment. Let's see if we can find it. The Red Bull livery has been reverted to its normal look rather than the tribute look. We get to see that in its true colours. But that's pretty much it in terms of news. We can now focus fully on qualifying. At the moment, Arba is leading on a time of 1:31.620. He is currently 2/10 quicker than Mitch Burns in P2. His teammate Express is coming out at 13. He's heading down the kilometre-long straightaway towards the hairpin of turn 14. By far and away the best overtaking opportunity on the circuit. You could also have a go into turn 1. That's another possibility, but it's quite tough as turn 1 is quite fast. So ideally you want to pass them before turn 1 rather than during turn 1, as Express crosses the line, goes 5th quickest with a 32.444. Tessa getting ready. JCK. New race in a while. Good to see you, JCK. One of the faster drivers I know from previous races and previous leagues. I'll be looking forward to see how you fare. Also a new name, Nicholas Lactifi. Fantastic name, I love it. A new driver in the Aston Martin. If only if he was in a Williams, that would just seem way more appropriate. And that is JCK. Similar trouble to what Peyton had earlier, but he explored the infield this time around, whereas Peyton explored the outfield, exiting turn 13. It's a really, really tricky corner. I don't really know the troubles that we all have to put up with through 13. I don't know whether it's just the nature of the corner, maybe tyre temperatures or the handling model or something. Yeah, turn 13 is a proper pain to get right. As the JCK ducks into the pit lane, put on a new set of soft compound tyres. Now, looking at the field, a couple of drivers have set times on the mediums. Passassin in P6 with a 32.4, KD P8 with a 32.6, and Barmer in P10 on a 32.8. So a few drivers exploring with different compounds. I believe the ideal strategy is medium hard, if I recall in this game. Though, if we have any safety cars during the race, it will shake things up. And I don't know what the weather will be looking like either. I should check the one announcement in the Discord so that I can actually find that out. As Kitten Petter's coming towards the end of a flying lap, just 2 corners to negotiate. And it should be a dry race from what I found out. So don't have to put up with any wet weather interference as Kitten Petter goes 11th quickest with a 1:33.142. He's just in front of his teammate who was on a outlap. Mitch Burns currently on a flying lap there in P2. Peyton beginning a flying lap. We'll take advantage of this, give you a tour of the circuit. Coming around turn 1, then into the tight turn 2, essentially just a continuation of turn 1, then through turn 3, and then turn 4. It's quite a tricky bit of circuit, but it's really, really tough to get it all right. Through turn 5 into the hairpin of 6. It's a nice overtaking spot. If you can get a run out to turn 4, you can probably have a go into turn 6. Up towards the fast left-hander of turn 7, you can see the car struggling to find grip. Through turn 8, you want to hug the inside as if it were your favourite granny. Then into turn 9. Then turn 10, you don't want to run too wide here, otherwise you'll pop a warning and invalidate the lap. Towards turn 11, another potential overtaking spot on the brake, second gear, tucks it in towards the apex. Through turn 12, and then into the tricky turn 13. See them modulating the throttle, he goes full throttle. Really nicely done there from Payton, he learned from his previous mistake. Down the back straightaway, quote unquote, I suppose it's the back straight. Heading towards the hairpin of turn 14. Then into the most insignificant corner of the circuit, turn 15. This little kink here, that's a corner on the official track map. And around turn 16, a tricky corner to get absolutely right. It's a corner you have to cut a lot. Ooh, and have a look at this. Payton's backed off completely. Sets a 33.4 as Passassin jumps to the top of the table with a 30.4. He's 1.1 seconds quicker than Mitch Burns. That is fast. That is properly fast. A couple of drivers still on the mediums. Cameron's trying to join the session, I notice. A bit of trouble. Game audio is loud. Oh, I know what it is. Hang on. I accidentally made a boo-boo with the audio mix because I did a league race last night where I'm in a party with like 13 people. And when you're in a party with 13 people doing a league race, and it was around the street circuit as well, it can get rather distracting. So what I decided to do was chuck the audio mix all the way over to game audio. I think that should fix it. It should be a lot better now. In fact, I might adjust it again. Yeah, there we go. That should be much better, hopefully. If not, tell me. In fact, I could probably check myself. Hang on. Yeah, no, that sounds better. Yeah. Good, yeah. I was just doing a league race last night, and I chucked the audio balance all the way to game audio rather than party audio, and that's why it was very loud. The game audio was very loud compared to our voice. Rightio, we're coming towards the business end of qualifying. We've got just over 5 minutes left. The drivers will be getting ready to set their final flying laps. Got a couple of drivers still on flying laps. I believe Andy, no, he'll be coming into the pits. He's not using any battery. I think Wingett will be doing the same. Nicholas Latifi. I'm going to have a lot of fun saying that name. That's an amazing name. Coming out of turn 13, down the back straightaway. You'll open DRS. What's your speed out climb? 300 kilometers an hour, 310, 315, 320, almost 318 into the braking zone of the hairpin. Comes out of there. He's going back into the pits as well. He's not using any battery. Mitch Burns on an out lap. Same with Electric Blade. I believe Vermoo is on an in lap. Yep. Same with Aaron. Right here. These fellas, they'll be pushing as hard as they can here. Just 4 minutes left. Currently driving with a big boy headache, don't roast me. Well, Kit and Petal, I'm sorry, you're just going to be subjected to a roast. But, because you're currently P16, what the hell, Petal? That is shocking. Headache or no, mate, no. Aren't you supposed to be like God's gift to driving for contestant? How are you only 16th? What's going on there? That must be a really big headache. A lot of people will call me... A lot of people will call you a hero. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I call you a champ. Absolutely. Rightio. Mitch, he's getting ready. Out to the final turn, down the pitch straight. Goes underneath the ginormous grandstand. It is huge. Into turn one. Bring it down. 5th gear, then 4th gear. Then 3rd, 2nd. Nice and tight at the apex of turn 2. Through turn 3. Nice and gentle on the throttle. Comes out to turn 4. Then up towards the fast right of turn 5. Into the hairpin of turn 6. Brings it down to 2nd gear. Nice and steady. Now into the tricky sweepers of turn 7 and 8. Brings it up to 7th gear. Keeps it pinned. Car looks stable too. Through turn 8. Nice and steady. It's really, really gripped up. Comes out of turn 10. Down the short straight towards turn 11. Gets on the brake. 2nd gear. Hits the apex nicely. Through turn 12. And into turn 13. Again, he'll be struggling to find grip. He did find it. Down the long straight. Opens DRS. Hit almost 320 kilometers an hour. Heading into the braking zone of turn 14. There's Peyton just in front on the medium tyre. Oh, he's holding up Mitch just a little bit. Oh, and Mitch isn't too pleased about it. I wouldn't be either. Out to the final corner. Up towards the line. Mitch will set a 31.4. It's P4. He's just half a tenth of Nicholas Latifi in P3. Kassassin. He's just begun a flying lap coming out of turn 3, around turn 4. Current championship leaders coming up to the end of the first sector. The clock says he's down by half a tenth. Exiting turn 6, heading towards the sweepers. Turn 7, keeps it pinned. Oh, spinning! Losing control. Whoa! Keeps it out of the gravel. Lovely pirouette, rejoins the circuit there. I believe Peyton will be the next car coming up. Oh, he's still on the apex there. Oh, there goes Peyton, I think. As KD, he's just begun a flying lap. Through turn 1, then into turn 2. Then through turn 3. And 4. KD coming up to the first sector split. What does the clock say? Up by half a tenth. He's found a bit of time in the first sector. See if he can find any more in the middle sector. Nicholas? Oh, I didn't catch his first sector split. See how he fares over the course of the rest of the lap. JCK is making his way out of turn 4. Oh, had a bit of a moment there. It didn't look particularly quick. Coming out of the snail section. What does the sector say? Yeah, he's down by 4 tenths. He's down by a long way. R-bar's invalidated and qualifying's over, so R-bar can't improve. Electric Blades making his way through turns 9 and 10. Ooh, a bit of a moment there. What does the clock say for the Haas driver? He's up by 3.5 tenths. KD. He's got a bit of a toe there from Bursey. Not a massive advantage, but a small one. Into the hairpin at turn 14. 3rd gear, why Codemasters, why that camera angle? Give me a better outboard shot, that's better. He needs to find quite a bit of time if he wants pole position. Comes out to the final corner, up towards the line. It's a 130.888. It's not enough, it's P2. What about Nicholas? He crosses the line. No, he doesn't improve. He misses out on his personal best by 1.5 tenths. And JCK has lost it at turn 13. That's the second time he's done that. So he won't be improving. Wing It, he's down tremendously in the middle sector, so I don't think he's improving. What about Barmer? No, he's got a missing front wing, so he's gotten into some big trouble over the course of the lap. So he'll be starting from 14th at best. And here comes his teammate, Cameron. One corner to negotiate. He hasn't got a lap time on the board. He was very sideways there. Crosses the line. It's P6 for Cameron. He'll be kicking himself with that small mistake. But he should hang his head high with that. P6. And, I see. We're going to have a bit of a glitched qualifying, I think. Because the AI has not taken control of his car when it should have. He's in the Hamilton mobile as well. You can tell from the purple helmet. And the number 44. But yeah, because Cameron joined late, qualifying has been a bit scuffed. But he's P6, which is quite an effort. I agree, Gibby man. He's God's gift at drinking bush. And has a love affair with spam. Absolutely. Vixen Wolf Virtual Farms. That is a username and a half. But there we are. That's the end of qualifying here at Shanghai. Assassin on pole position by just under 4/10 to KD. Then Nicholas Latifi. I'm going to have so much fun with this. In P3. Mitch Burns in 4th. JCK in 5th. Cameron in P6. And Arbar in 7th. Andy Wu in 9th. Electric Blade. Andy Wu in 8th. Electric Blade in 9th. Then Dream rounds out the top 10. Then Express, Bursey, Aaron, Wingett, Vermoo, Barmer, Kittenpetter, Peyton. Then Cam will start from the back of the field. Now, I imagine pretty much everybody outside the top 10 will be starting on the mediums. Maybe a couple on the hard tyre, but I imagine all of them will start on the mediums. Worst to 12th. Oh, I see. So that's who Francis is fixing. It's Nicholas Latifi. I'll remember that. Is that his real name by chance? Francis? Well, I guess that's what it is. Drivers will be fine-tuning their setup for the start of the race. Probably, I don't know if they shave any front wing off or not. Around here at Shanghai, you want a bit of downforce. There's a few fast corners, like the sweepers at turns 7 and 8 and at 13. But you want that straight line speed to try and pass people or try and defend from other drivers as well. Virtual discount in the car. Fair enough. Hopefully everybody avoids some lap 1 drama. We can get through it unscathed and enjoy a long race. Aston Martin 1-2, maybe. They're currently 1-3. Only KD separates them in the Alfa Romeo. No KD to be pretty quick on a few circuits. We'll find P2. He'd be happy with that, and I'm sure he's thinking of converting well off the line, trying to lead the field into turn 1. Now, let's have a look at who's starting on what. And a few drivers are starting on the softs. Okay. So, obviously, we got the top 10 starting on the soft tyre. So, we got Assassin and KD on the front row. Second row is Nicholas, then Mitch Burns. We got JCK in 5th with Cameron in P6. That's the third row. They're on softs. Same with Arbar and Andy on the 4th row. And Electric Blade and Dream on the 5th row. First driver outside the top 10 is Express in P11. He's starting on the medium. Same with Bursey in P12. Aaron Carey, P13, starting on fresh softs. Now, it's a bit of a risky ploy, but I like it. Because it's risky. It might pay off big time. He'll be hoping to make up positions early in the race. Try and get up and mix it with the top 10. Then we got Ferrari, P14 and P15. Wingett and Vermoo. Both of them starting on the medium compound tyre. Barmer, P16 on the soft tyre. And the first driver outside the top 10 starting on the hard compound tyre to no one's surprise, is Kitateta. Well, Mr. Headache Man, we'll see how you fare. Peyton P18, he'll be hoping to make up some positions early. Same with Barmer. He's starting on the medium compound tyre. And Cam Tizzle at the back of the field starting on the hard compound. It'll be interesting to see how everybody fares. We've got a healthy mix of strategies. We've got 12 cars on the softs. We've got 5 cars on the mediums and 2 cars on the hards. So plenty of different strategies taking place here. Leaders, they're making their way back onto the grid. There's Passassin. KD and Nicholas are currently ghosting through each other. And they're lining up on the grid. So Passassin, he's on the outside, but he's on the grippier racing line. But if he doesn't convert well, then KD has a real shot of leading into turn 1. Back of the field are lined up and ready to race here at Shanghai. And we're still on the grid. And there we are. We got 10 red lights. And we are underway here in China. Passassin converts really well off the line. So does Nicholas. It's going to be an Aston Martin 1-2 into turn 1. What a great day for the guys in British Racing Green. Well, at the very least, a great start. Through turn 2, they'll both be planning to just pull away from the rest of the field, try and avoid trouble. Coming out to turn 4, no yellow flags as of yet. Bit of a bunch up here. Arba, Andy, battling for position as Andy sends it. Oh, he almost hits JCK. There is Andy. No, sorry, Burzy trying to go for a move. Busy looking at the wrong car. As KD is retaken second, that's Nicholas. He's lost time. So he's made a mistake through the sweepers, and he's lost 2 positions as a result. Heading out of turn 10 for the first time in race conditions. Passassin still leading the way with KD in second, Cameron in third, Nicholas in fourth, then Mitch, JCK, he's right on the Alpine's gearbox. Then we've got R-Bar in P7, Andy in P8, Electric Blade in 9th, and Burzy rounding out the top 10. Look at them all come out of turn 13, single file. Express and Vermoo, I believe, side by side, heading down the incredibly long straight towards the hairpin of turn 14. Look at them all, single file, no one going for any moves just yet. Just an incredibly long train of cars. But a very good opening lap. No one getting into trouble from what I've seen. Ava showing JCK he's right there, ready to attack. Coming through the snail section in the opening sector. Coming out of turn 4. Ava, he's close. Not close enough to attack just yet. Cameron, oh, he's spinning! I was going to say he was right on the back of KD. It appears he got on the throttle a bit too early. And he's got the 3-second time penalty to boot for absolutely no reason. Just the game doing what the game does best. Spinning out again. His tyres, they'll be overheating quite a bit, so he needs to be very, very careful. It's not a good thing for Cameron. Not a good thing at all. As Barmer goes through into P9. Cameron, he's almost 10 seconds behind the next car. He really needs a safety car now to bring himself back into the race. Well, minus Cameron's troubles, been an incident-free couple of laps here at Shanghai. Really, really good to see as they come through the final corner to end lap 2 and begin lap 3. Now, the margin at the front is just under 1 second. DRS is now enabled, so KD be in his best interest to try and keep that gap under a second. And for Passassin's sake, he needs to get the hammer down and pull away. Gap just hovered just over 1 second. not too much in terms of position change, except for, of course, Cameron dropping down 13 positions. Barmer, I've just spotted, up 7 positions from P16 up to P9. So he's making that soft tyre work, making up a lot of places off the start. It's a really good job from the Mercedes driver. Coming out to turn 9, KD leading this train. Nicholas in hot pursuit. KD, he's outside of that 1 second range, only just. It's only 3/10 in it. The KD won't get DRS and Nicholas will. So would everyone else behind him. He's a bit far back, but he will get DRS. And here comes Nicholas. Down the inside at the hairpin. Gets it done. See that JCK half defending R-bar there at the entrance to the hairpin too. Now it's an Aston Martin 1-2 again. KD, will he fight back? He's certainly close. The DRS open, not using any battery though. So he's playing a smarter game. Just going to let Nicholas tow him around the circuit a little bit. Farmer now up 8 positions. From P16 up to P8. He is charging his way towards the front. Next target is Andy. These two had quite the scrap at Monaco. So much so that Varma was less than impressed with it. Sure, he would like to get by his rival as soon as possible. Coming around turn 7. Nice little curb shot here. Through turn 8. Still right on the back of the McLaren. Just unable to find a way past. Exiting turn 10. Down towards turn 11. He closes in. Not by enough to pass here. Now I wonder, will KD return the favour? He's only half a second behind. And I think Barmer made a mistake when I looked away, because the gap has increased to 6/10. So it's only a small mistake, but he did lose time to Andy. KD closing in. Down towards the hairpin. Doesn't close in by enough. He stays behind the Aston Martin driver for now. Through the final corner. Onto the pit straight once again. KD will close that gap. Not by enough to challenge Nicholas. With these incredibly long DRS trains, they don't really offer much in terms of racing, unfortunately. It's very cool to look at, all these cars tightly packed together, but they really can't do much. So JCK's got a bit of a run. He's looking. Can't really commit to a move. He didn't have enough speed to try and pass Mitch Burns down the inside. He's still on the back of Andy. Coming through the sweepers. Oh, he gets very close to the gearbox of that McLaren. Out to turn 9, through turn 10. It's a nice drive out of the corner. Really nice drive. Can't go for a move. Oh, hello. That is Cam, who was spun out. He's down in 18th place. Only yellow flags brought out. No safety car, or virtual safety car. Payton overtakes Express for P14. Barmer closing in. Down towards the hairpin of 14. He looks, he goes, he commits. Oh, side by side on the exit. Andy gets the drive. He hangs on to P7. Oh, hello. 3 wide ever so briefly. Oh, hang on. People are coming into the pit, so Arbar and Andy are in. Dream is losing control. Gathers it back up. There goes the move. Oh, hello. People, only 2 drivers, just Arbar and Andy. That's it. Going into the pits. Coming through turn 3. Wing it. A lot of understeer there. Well, his front wing looks okay. Maybe his tyres were a bit out temperature. Because yeah, he had a lot of understeer. A lot. Through turn 7, then turn 8. On the back of Dream, as we saw earlier, he almost lost control of the car. He managed to gather it back up. He avoided contact with the wall with the other drivers. He's in P12, and that is Cameron who has spun again. This time in the sweepers of turn 7 and 8. So really not a great day for Cameron, it seems. As Express has lost control. And Cameron has retired out of the race. He's crashed at the exit of turn 10. Arvo, a 3-second time penalty next to his name. A lot of drivers coming into the pits. Mitch Burns, a 5-second penalty for speeding. Really easy to do. Drivers are pitting onto the hard tire, it seems. KD isn't. He's going onto a set of mediums. So is JCK. We've got a bit of a mix in strategy here and there. Some drivers doing a soft to hard, but some drivers doing soft medium. Sector 1 yellow flags, that's JCK. Bringing out yellow flags ever so briefly, down in 17th place, 3.3 seconds behind his teammate. Farmer's on the back of Andy, heading towards the hairpin. He looks, he tries to go for it. Andy leaves him enough room, but gets the traction out of the hairpin. Keeps P14 for now. Through the sweepers. Tell from the engine note how much they're feathering the throttle through the section. You have to be very, very careful. Mitch at the front of this train, he might be a tad bit vulnerable. 8-10 separate Mitch and Arba, and that is Cam again spinning out, this time at turn 11. Nicholas Latifi going into the pits. Cam spins out again. Same with Aaron, he's in too. I can't close in by enough to pass. He'll be planning to push as hard as he can on those tyres. Try and get a big undercut on Passassin and Nicholas. Here's Nicholas coming out of the pits. He's behind KD. So the undercut has worked on Nicholas at the very least. We'll see if it works on Passassin as well. And they are coming out to turn 4. Gap of 0.7 of a second between the two. Mitch still leading this train, but Arbo is a lot closer than what he was a lap ago. Both drivers have penalties as well. Mitch got a 5-second. Arba, I think, has 3. Yes, he does. 2 cars behind them, Andy and Barmer, haven't got any penalties as of yet. Bursey going for a move on Electric Blade. Blade will be in trouble because he won't have DRS to help him. He's got some straight line speed in that Haas. To his credit, he kept up for a long time. Peyton trying to look down the inside of a move there. Couldn't quite go for a move. As Passassin, our race leader, is now into the pits. Wingett, Kits and Petter are side by side. Coming out of the hairpin. Wingett gets the drive, keeps P6. Assassin on a set of mediums, leaving the pits. Keep an eye on that red dot coming down the pit straight. That's KD crossing the line. Alright, Assassin leaving the pits. He's in front of KD, just. The undercut. It's worked to get Nicholas, it hasn't worked to get Passassin. Passassin, he's on fresher tyres. He's stuck a little bit behind Express, but he'll get by soon. Looking around the outside into the hairpin of turn 6. Deep on the brakes. And he gets the move done into P6. Suppose he'll be falling back into the clutches of KD and Nicholas very, very soon. Mitch Burns still hanging on. Still at the front of this train of 4 cars. And a really, really good job. Without any DRS to help him out to try and hang on to the front of this train. KD. He should be able to get by relatively easily with the power of DRS. Oh, an express runs wide. Very wide. Sitting in the slipstream, opens DRS. Doesn't have to use any overtake. There he goes. Passes express. And here comes Nicholas. Will he go for it? No, he'll stay behind KD. Oh, but KD runs a bit wide, opens the door a little bit. But he manages to get enough drive out of the corner to hang on to P7. Mitch now in a bit of trouble here. Here comes Arba. He's got DRS. He's on the racing line. Not much express can do. Oh, it's Andy looking down the inside of Mitch. They make contact. More contact. They're both off the circuit. And through goes Barmer into P11. JCK is now on the back of this too. While that was going on, Nicholas has found a way by KD. JCK is actually overtaken Andy. Now Electric Blade is on the back of this. See here KD just behind Nicholas. He's still well within a second of the Aston Martin. He needs to stay there. Andy drops another position. He might actually have damage from that bit of contact that he had. Here comes Vermeulen on the back of Bursey. This is for the current race lead. It's a simple move. We'll get it done before the hairpin. And here comes Payton. A big send down the inside. He's through into second. Bursey gets the switch back though. Fights back. A bit squarely on the exit, but they're side by side heading towards 16. Payton with the inside line keeps second place. Sasson getting by Kitten Petter. And now try and get by Wingett. Has a fair bit of battery on his side. And he'll pass the Ferrari with relative ease. He's into P4. To say, the grass is quite tall here at Shanghai. Typically with those curb cams you can see quite a bit more, but there's a lot of grass here in China, it seems. Payton, he'll be trying to keep up with Vermeulen as best he can. Keep the battle between these three alive. The car in 4th place for Sasson, he'll be trying to catch up as quickly as possible. Make full use of these medium compound tyres. Wingett still has Kitten Petter for company. Nicholas still has KD right behind him, basically shadowing his every move. Arba at the front of this train has Barmer right behind. Coming down towards turn 11. Barmer isn't close enough to pass here, but he should be able to get by with the help of DRS down the long straight. Here we go, coming out of turn 13. Arba gets a really nice run through 13. Found about 2/10 on the Mercedes driver. Down the straight we go towards the hairpin of 14. Barmer, there you can see he's weaving. He's not happy with himself. He knows he lost time at turn 13. He knows he should have got by this lap, but he's just stuck. Can't go anywhere. Nicholas getting by Kitten Petter. KD, he would want to get by as soon as possible as well. Oh, Nicholas stuck behind Wingett there. Coming through turn 3. Out of turn 4. Wingett at the front of the train. Here comes Nicholas. They're side by side heading down towards the hairpin. Wingett fights down the inside. He's allowed to. But Nicholas gets the drive out of the hairpin into P5. Now KD has to find a way by Wingett. It won't be easy through this part of the circuit. He's still got overtake turned on. He should turn it off. You don't need overtake through this section. You're just wasting it through here. Still has it turned on. There we are. 3 yellows. That is Burzy. He's on the infield. Comes back on. Oh, Young goes. Oh, thank goodness the game kept the ghosting system working. That could have been really, really bad there. Fortunately, it wasn't. As Peyton and Vermeer battle for position at the hairpin. See any drama here? KD looking. Oh, Burzy goes deep. Oh, KD hits the back of Burzy. And here comes Kitten Petter. Can't quite get the drive out of the hairpin on those old hard tyres. As Burzy goes into the pits. Peyton spins out at turn 1. Losing a bunch of time. There goes Passassin. Nicholas will be coming up soon. Here he is. Wingett isn't too far behind either. So Peyton spinning out. Potentially he made contact with Vermeer at turn 1. And he basically got the short end of the stick and spun out. That is a slow McLaren. That must be Andy. As KD and Wingett are battling side by side through turn 6. KD should get the drive. Does get the drive. He's into P5. Still fighting on those hard tyres. To his credit, he's doing a really good job on them. And considering he's got a headache as well. Or so he says. Doing a really solid job in 7th place. And if there's a safety car, it will really, really help him out. Meanwhile, P8. There's a battle going on here. Express, Barmer, Arbar, JCK. Heading down the pit straight towards the hairpin of turn 14. Barmer's closing in. Little bit by little bit by little bit into the hairpin. Express defends. This will compromise him on the exit. This will bring Barmer that much closer. Really didn't need to do that, and he defends here again. Barmer should get by relatively easily here. DRS, bit of ERS, and he passes the Alpine. Arbar follows. Into turn 1 we go. It's not the greatest camera shot to use, Codemasters. It was JCK Express side by side. Oh, that's tight. JCK gets through. Wingett and Kitten Petter are battling, it seems. Kitten Petter's into P6. Can Wingett fight back? The answer is no. To the hairpin. And now Barmer's leading the train, followed by Arba and JCK. Express has gone from P8 to P11. Poor fellow. On those old medium tyres. Trying to carry them for as long as possible. Now he has electric blade right on his gearbox. Heading up towards turn 11. 3/10 separating the two. Shrinks up a bit more. Heading out to turn 13. Oh, he almost lost it there, Express. Managed to gather it back up. But here comes Electric Blade. Opens DRS. Gets a whole heap of overspeed and he's through into 11th. Well, hello. The JCK, Barmer, and Arba. All these fellas battling for position. Heading down the pit straight towards turn 1. Wingett closing in. Not by enough to pass. JCK and Arba on the other hand, well, they're going to have a scrap through turn 1. Heading into turn 2, JCK, he's going to try and fight around the outside. Oh, what a great job from JCK. They're battling side by side, coming out of turn 4. Through turn 5, towards turn 6. Both drivers go deep on the brakes, into the hairpin, side by side still, and Arba gets the position back. Great driving from both of them. Through turn 7. Towards turn 8, the battle settles down. I was going to say, to JCK's credit, holding it round the outside like that at turn 2 is not an easy thing to do. And he managed to pull it off, which gave him the inside line at turn 3. Then Arbar fought back on the outside line. He found the drive. And then they proceeded to battle side by side at the hairpin. And Arbar came out on top in that little battle. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, he almost lost control of the car there. Long train of cars as Peyton is overtaken by Nicholas Lactifi. And there goes Wingett into P6. Exiting the hairpin around the brief kink of 15. Then towards turn 16, the final corner on the racetrack. And into the pits goes Kittenpetter. So he'll be chucking on the medium tyre, and JCK is in as well. Neither driver gets a 5-second penalty, thank goodness. Mediums. That's JCK going on to. He's going on to a set of mediums as well. So these three still fairly close together on track. 2 Alfa Romeos are close together as well, with KD right behind Peyton. It's probably in Peyton's best interest to not hold up KD for too long. He knows he's on fresher tyres compared to himself. So probably down this long straight, he'll let his teammate go. Coming around the long sweeper. And look at that. That was very generous from Peyton. Maybe he lost a little bit of control as well, because if you're not on the racing line, you're on the marbles, and coming around that corner on the marbles is not fun, I can tell you. KD, is he within a second? He is. He should get DRS. Let's find out as Arbar and Wingett are battling for position. Arbar through into 7th. He's going to try and close up on Barmer. A gap of 1.1 seconds between the two. There's Electric Blade. Hello, Electric Blade. Just in the back of shot. Oh, hello, Wingett. That's a big move to the inside. They're side by side through turn. Contact! Spinning! Wingett, he tried to fight. But, unfortunately, in that battle, he too got the short end of the stick, and he spun out. JCK, looking down the inside of Kittenpetter. We saw what happened when you do this a few moments ago, as Mitch Burns is out of the race, crashing out at the hairpin, and we have a safety car. The first safety car of the race. And I believe JCK should hang on to 11, and he will. So there we are. After 17 laps and 2 retirements, we have our first safety car. Took a long time for it to come out. Really long time. Alrighty. What does everyone do? Well, they're going to pit. Pit on the what, though? That's the interesting bit. With the laps remaining, you would stay onto the mediums, but you're going to be doing a few laps on the safety car. So you might want to go onto the soft compound tyre. Let's find out. Assassin coming in. Doesn't get a speeding penalty. Vermoo is coming into the pits as well. Man, Vermoo has benefited massively with this safety car. Set of mediums going on Assassin's car. Vermoo, you have to gamble, mate. You have to go onto the salts. Surely. Yep. You got to gamble. At this stage of the race, you got to. Nicholas, he's on a set of mediums. Well, it's a double stack at Alfa Romeo. KD's on a set of mediums. A set of softs at the ready for Peyton. He benefits from this as well, even with the double stack. Because he's up into P7 now. Arbar's on a set of softs. Wingett's on a set of softs. Aaron coming into the pits. JCK and Kittenpetter stay out. That's a smart thing to do. They're on fresh mediums. Fresh mediums go on Aaron's car. Express in the pits. No, he stays out. On those hard tyres, I don't know about that. I think it's probably better to come in and put on mediums or softs. Dream on a set of mediums. Set of softs for Bursey. A set of mediums for Andy. And Cam, well, Cam's got a lot of catching up to do, but he's on fresh mediums. Hopefully he'll be able to catch up to the tail of the train. Try and make up a few positions if he can keep out of trouble. So, Assassin is our leader. Medium tyres, then Vermoo on the soft tyre. We've got Nicholas P3 on the mediums, then KD in P4 on the mediums. Same with Barmer in P5. How about that? From P16 to P5, making up 11 places over the course of the race. Then you look at Vermoo, who had done a really long stint on the medium tyre. And all this track position, this safety car has helped him out massively. He's made up 13 places. That's all because he made that medium stint nice and long. And as a result, he reaps the rewards of it. Arba upper position. Peyton, a similar story with Vermoo. It's just unfortunate that he got held up in the pits because of the double stack. But that does happen. But he still made up a lot of places. He's in P7 up 11 positions. JCK down 3. And I don't think he'd be too unfazed about that. Still in the top 10. Electric Blade in 9th. Kitten Petter going long on the hard tyre. He's now on fresh mediums. He's up 7 positions. Wing It, P11, up 3 positions. Express down 1. Aaron Carey hasn't made or lost any ground. Dream down 4. Bursey down 3. Andy down 8. Andy, I'm sure, will be looking to put the hammer down, try and make up some positions. Oh, as Mitch has informed us, that was his first DNF all season. Oh, well, that's a really good record to have. To have finished every race up until now. This is round 15, so he's finished 14 races before this point. That's really solid, considering how brutal this game can be. What we can do as well, we can probably get rid of the interval briefly. We can have a look at the penalties. There are a few. We've got Arbar and Peyton, they have 3 seconds each. Aaron, Dream and Bursey, they also have 3 seconds, as Andy has overtaken Bursey because Bursey has spun out. So he's had a moment, he's dropped a position, so Andy, there you go. Made up 1 place already. And Cam, I think he should be able to catch up. Hopefully, the safety car does 1 more lap. We wouldn't want a late safety car restart. Those are always dreadful. Though we just might. Well, we might have a late safety car restart here. Yep, we're going to have a late safety car restart, so Assassin, you won't be given much time to control the field. Bunches everybody up. Around the final corner. Assassin going very slowly. You can see the whole field bunching up as he restarts the race. Oh, as the Alpine of Express almost puts it into the wall. Down towards turn 1. Nicholas looking down the inside of Vermoo. Vermoo hanging around the outside. Nicholas still fighting into turn 2. Down through turn 3. Vermoo hangs on. And here comes KD. He sees a window of opportunity. Tries to go through it, but can't. Stays in P4. Up towards the hairpin of turn 6. KD, oh, he thought about looking down the inside. Oh, a bit of drama here heading into the hairpin as drivers go through 2 by 2. Heading up towards the sweeper of turn 7. We got a yellow flag out. That's Aaron Carey. Through turn 8. Barmer right behind KD. Getting ready to set up some sort of move. Get towards the front. But Wing It, they're close behind as well. Oh, oh my goodness. Arba was very, very close. Oh, and a bit of contact, I think, between Wingett and Arba as Electric Blade loses a whole heap of positions. He spun out at turn 11. Oh, and someone has lost control. I believe that was a Williams. I believe. Could have been an Alpine. It's hard to tell with the dots on the racetrack. Oh, as dearie me, Wingett down the inside of Arba. They make contact as Electric Blade has been disqualified as he's parked in a dangerous location. So he's our third retirement. Here comes Vermouth. Lap 21 of 28. So much going on, I don't know where to look. As Dream goes into the pit, so he has some sort of damage. So he's in to get that fixed. Vermouth only 4/10 behind the race leader. There's a real shout that the Argentine driver could win here at Shanghai, so long as those soft tyres stay alive towards the end of the race, because right now they should have a massive edge over the medium tyre. Andy makes a move on JCK. He's into P9. As I thought, Andy, he's on a charge. He was P15 on the restart. He's already in the top 10. Exiting turn 9, around turn 10. Nicholas has got KD and Barmer in hot pursuit. Arba isn't too far behind either. In fact, the car at the very end of this train is P-Dog Payton and P9. P8 rather. And it's a bit of a gap to P9 when we find Andy. Down the long straight, you can see there KD using up a bit of battery. He's got 60-odd% next to his name. Down towards the hairpin, Vermouth. Down the inside, big time on Fasassin. Overshoots it massively. Round the final corner, 3.5 separating the top two. They begin lap 22 of 28 as DRS is now enabled. Down towards turn 1, JCK goes into the pit lane. So he's got some sort of damage. So tight battle here for P3, with Nicholas Latifi leading this train, followed by KD as Arba tries to look down the inside of Barmer. They're side by side, contact there at turn 4. As Kitten Petter has left the session, oh dear. Through 5, down towards the hairpin of turn 6, Arba stays in P5, he hangs on. Bursey overtakes Cam. Cam tries to fight back. Can he get the switch back? He can. It's a nice restart from Cameron. It was P17 at the restart. He's P11 now, just outside of the top 10. As Kitten Petter has rejoined the session, thank goodness. Don't want a stray AI wandering about the circuit. Don't know what it will do. Through turn 12, and around the long sweeper of turn 13. 4/10 separating P3 and 4. Heading down the long straight. KD will have DRS. He opens it. He'll close in. Down towards the hairpin of turn 14. Gathers up momentum. He shows the nose. Doesn't go for the move though. Stays behind the Aston Martin for now. Arba is right behind in P5. Same with Barmer. Wingett's lost ground. He's a bit occupied with P-Dog Payton. And the leaderboard resets itself. That's because Kitten Petter is back into the car. The move is right on the back of Passassin. Getting into turn 2. Not close enough to attack just yet. See, Nicholas got his hand full. And that's Wingett who has spun. He's lost time. He's lost ground. Still in the top 10. He's no longer in P7. That belongs to Payton now. He'll be trying to close the gap to Barmer and get involved in that fight for the final podium spot. Now, the intervals for these two, they won't come back until they cross the finish line, unfortunately. That's just one of the minor gripes with someone leaving and rejoining the session as Kitten Petter retires from the session. So he's had enough. Fair enough. Said he had a headache. And I personally wouldn't want to race if I had a headache myself. Opens DRS, uses battery. Vermouth closes in. The Ferrari has got some serious straight line speed. He shows a nose. You see Possassin just moving over a little bit to the right to try and cover Vermouth. As KD goes through Nicholas. Nicholas gets a switchback though. Can't quite get the position back. So KD is into third. Nicholas though will get some DRS down the pit straight. He closes in on the Alfa Romeo, who defends the inside line. Nicholas doesn't care though, he'll go down the inside and retake third. There's contact between the two. Heading through turn 1, up towards turn 2. KD goes down the inside. A bit of biffing, a bit of banging as they go down into turn 3. Exiting 3 into 4. Nicholas is back into third. Electric Blade has left the session. He's in... he retired. Well, retired, he was disqualified. Around the outside of turn 6. KD can't get it done. Possassin trying to pull away out in front as well. The gap between the top two is 0.8 of a second. The Moon needs to keep working hard if he wants to try and take the win away from Possassin. Coming around turn 9, then turn 10. The Moon is outside of that 1 second range now. He needs to get back within it. Through 11, through 12. He's 1.2 seconds behind. He won't get it. That's a massive blow for the Ferrari driver. Those soft tyres won't be feeling tremendously great on that car either. As you can see, Nicholas trying to break the toe. Try and not give KD any sort of slipstream. Here comes Arba and Barma down into the hairpin. Barma trying to find a way by, looking around the outside. Through the brief kink of turn 15, up towards the final corner. It's not enough for Barma to try and find a way by, though he's right behind the AlphaTauri. Heading down the pit straight, only 2 tenths separating the two. KD trying to close in as well. Not by enough to try and pass, but by enough to keep this fight alive. Barma and Arba heading towards turn 2. You can see Barma sort of defending the inside line there, not letting the Mercedes have any sort of opportunity to try and get by. Exiting turn 4, heading up towards 5 and 6. Barma's close, but I don't think he's close enough to pass. And he's going to stay behind the AlphaTauri for now. There's Peyton just behind him, P7, ready to battle. Meanwhile, there's a bit of a scrap going on between Wingett and Cam, only 3 tenths separating these two. And Bursey isn't too far out in front. So effectively we've got a 3-way fight for 9th. We also got to account for the fact that Bursey does have a time penalty as Dream retires from the session. Through the sweeper, only 1 second separates these three, so it's pretty close. What's even closer is these two. My goodness, they've been battling all day. And Barma, oh, he had a look down the inside there, but you really can't make any moves there. Oh, does Arba have DRS? Well, he does. Just. Barma sitting in the slipstream, running low on battery. He looks left and right to try to find a way by. Barma goes deep down the inside. Oh, that's very close between the two on the exit, but Arba gets the drive. He hangs on to P5. But he won't have DRS to help him this time. Here comes Barma, gets great drive out of the final corner, gets DRS. He's side by side with the AlphaTauri, heading towards turn 1. Here comes Peyton, trying to fill himself into the small gap on the outside of turn 1. Cam gets a 3-second time penalty. Arba tries to shove the nose down the inside, can't get it done. And Barma, he's into P5. Exiting turn 4, Arba doesn't get the drive. And that is Wingett who has spun out. He's just lost a whole heap of time and ground. It's at turn 1 once again, poor fella. He's now down in 13th place. He's now outside of the points with 3 laps to go. KD still fighting away. And there's Vermouth. He's falling back into the clutches of Nicholas and KD. This is no longer looking like a battle for third. This is looking like a battle for second place. Out to turn 12. And that is Wingett. Again bringing out yellow flags. Out to 13. The gap is half a second between KD and Nicholas. KD closing in at a rapid rate of knots. Knocked out with DRS down towards the hairpin of turn 14. He's got momentum. He's got the inside line. He goes for it. They're side by side coming out of the corner through 15. Oh, Nicholas on the curb. He loses control, but he manages to gather it back up. He stays in fourth. Coming out of the final corner, 6-10 separate the two. And Nicholas, who'll be thanking his lucky stars that he didn't end up damaging the car after that. Arba Payton changing position here as Payton goes up to P6. Arba can't fight back, it seems. Can't find the run through this snail section in the opening sector. Now it's a proper three-way fight for second. 1.2 seconds rather, separating the three drivers in this battle. In fact, it might be 4 because Barmer is closing. Through turn 7. At 1.3 seconds. If he can get within that 1 second range at the DRS detection zone at turn 12, he puts himself into a really nice position. KD coming out of turn 10, down towards 11. He's closing in on the Argentine driver. Not by enough to pass. There's yellow flags, that is JCK. Having a moment at turn 13. Poor fella's really struggling with that sweeper as he's slowing down to let the leader through. Down the long straightaway. KD and Nicholas open DRS. They've got the run on Vermeulen, and Vermeulen can do nothing. He covers the inside line. It's 3 wide into the hairpin. Nicholas and KD really send it into the corner. Nicholas with the inside line. He pushes KD. They were both off the circuit for some period of time, and here comes Barmer into the fray. And Vermeulen retakes second. It's now the final lap. Lap 28 of 28 here at Shanghai. And here comes Nicholas with the inside line. He's through into P2. It's now an Aston Martin 1-2. Can he pull away? There is Barmer and KD side by side. Through turn 3. Then into turn 4. Barmer, oh, he gets a big wiggle. He's on the gravel. And here comes Payton. He spins into the wall. He drops to 8th. I think that's as far down as he will go. KD, Vermeulen, side by side through 7. Really tight stuff there. Through turn 8. KD right behind the Ferrari. Through 9. Then through turn 10. 3-10 separating the two, and Barmer drops down as Vermeulen lets KD go. He lets him go tactically because Vermeulen will have DRS, but KD will get the drive through the long sweeper. Is this a big oversight from Vermeulen? Look at the gap, 8 tenths, he's gone. 8.5 tenths. There's no way Vermeulen can fight back to claim third place. But there's no one who's going to take the win away from this guy. Sasson, another dominating performance. He will win here in Shanghai. He will win the Chinese Grand Prix. And it will be a great day for Aston Martin. It will be a 1-2 finish as Nicholas Latifi finishes in P2. Then KD completes the podium in 3rd. Vermeulen in 4th place, then Payton. Andy recovers to 6th. What a drive from him. What is going on back here? There's people spinning out. That's Cam, who's going slowly at the exit of the hairpin. Aaron will finish P8. Barmer will take it away from him. Express completes the top 10. Then Bursey in P11. Cam in P11. Bursey drops to 12th. And our final finisher will be Wingett in P13. Oh, we'll be waiting on JCK, will we? Okay. Oh my goodness. Who will be getting driver of the day? I reckon it'll be P-Dog Payton who'll be getting driver of the day. Started from P18, he recovers to P5. Vermeulen went from P18 to P5 for Payton. P15 to P4 for Vermeulen. Both driving well. Barmer from P16 to P8. Cam from P19 from the back of the field to P11. Just outside of the points. And who will snag fastest lap? With curiosity. JCK will get it. So no one gets that bonus point. Well, there we are. Well, I mentioned earlier that it's always good to be hopeful before a race because you never know. Even though Shanghai isn't exactly the most entertaining racetrack in the world, there's always a chance that we see an entertaining race, and I think we saw one here tonight. It was really quite good. And a great day for the boys in British Racing Green. A 1-2 finish for Aston Martin, with KD completing the podium in third. Of course, this is only provisional. We'll wait until next week to see what the stewards have to say if there are any incident reports, of course. But for now, Possession is our winner by 7.5 seconds to his teammate Nicholas in P2. KD completes the podium in third. Vermeulen went from P15 to P4. Peyton, driver of the day, went from 18th to 5th by the end of the race. A great drive from him. Andy recovered superbly well. By the time of the restart, he was P15. At the end of the race, he's P6, so he made up 9 places through that stint. An awesome effort. Abba P7. Barmer, that big mistake at the end of the race really cost him. He finishes in P8. Aaron P9, then Express rounds out the top 10. Cam P11. Bersey 12th, Wingett in 13th, and our final finisher JCK in 14th place. Then our non-finishers Dream, Kitten Petter, Electric Blade, Mitch Burns, and our first retirement was Cameron. So, a long race, but a good one. Good one here at Shanghai. Hope the chat enjoyed that one, because I certainly did. Because I'm knackered from that. A whole heap of stuff happened towards the end, and it seems that we're stuck on this screen. So I guess we better wrap it up here on the AM1 Championship here in Contest of Speed. That was certainly quite good. I enjoyed that one. Tune in next week as the AM1 Championship will start up again here on Contest of Speed. But until then, I've been Lane Everingham. Thank you all so much for watching. And we'll see you for round 16 of the championship at Autodromo Internacional do Algarve for the Portuguese Grand Prix, the first of the DLC races that we are going to be doing in the AM1 Championship. Hope to see you all there, but until then, it's goodbye.